All right, welcome to another Wednesday night edition of Talking Baseball with me, Sal Angioletti, and of course, my co-host here.
Carl McGlasky.
Matt Sirianni.
What's going on, gentlemen?
How's it going?
All right.
Good to have you back, Carl.
Thanks. Yep. Glad to be back.
Keep snowing. We won't see anybody. Matt teased his father because I told him to about getting a snowmobile. I think we're going to be after that.
Oh, yeah.
So we got a lot to talk about tonight. Let's start with let's congratulate Carl on getting his two guys back in Philly, Mr. Sir Didi and your catcher there. So how you feeling about that?
I'm happy that they signed JT because they had no other option with no catcher basically in the roster and farm. They had to resign JT. So they did. They were talking about if his age 34, 35, with his mobility, say if it declines, he's still athletic, that he won't be a liable factor behind the plate. He can still do his job. So that's for the 5 years. That's okay. They could have done 110. I don't know why they went 115.5, but it was only them betting against themselves when they lose them. So he's happy. He wanted to stay there. Makes Bryce Harper happy because his best friend's still with the team. And you called it, Sal. You said they're not going to let Didi go.
You can't.
I thought he was. I didn't think they were going to resign him, but they did. So he's here for another 2 years for I think $30 million. So we'll see what happens with them. Also, getting Archie Bradley and a couple other guys. I still don't think they're top three in the division yet. I still think they still need some work to be done. We'll see if a full 162 or whatever, if they play, we'll see what happens. Maybe there'll be buyers at the deadline, and we'll see.
Yeah, they have a long way to go with the way their pitching was. They still have some work to do with their pitching. Their pitching was, I think, in the bottom 10 in MLB last year, despite it being a pandemic-shortened season.
Yeah, they scored enough runs, but the bullpen was the reason why they didn't make the playoffs.
Matt wasn't here for that show. Their bullpen was the worst, said, since World War II era of any bullpen in baseball history.
Wow. Yeah, they blew like 12. They blew like 12 saves. So the bullpen basically cost them a playoff berth.
Yes.
Yeah. So we'll see. You know what I'm saying? We'll see what happens. And with what happened with Friday with the Dodgers getting Trevor Bauer,
huge.
You know.
All right. And speaking of which, and here comes some. Let's do some laughable, not laughable stats, but let's take a look at this because I was bored today and I had to do some writing. I haven't written in a magic book in a while. Trevor Bauer in 2011 was a third overall pick. On July 25th, he signed an MLB contract and he debuted with the D-backs on June 28, 2012 against the Braves. His first MLB win was against the Dodgers. On July 18th of 2012, he was optioned back to Triple-A. So it was his arm, really. They wanted to rest him. Okay?
All right.
Now, on that same year, on December 11th, 2012, he was traded to the Indians in a 3-team deal with Matt Alvarez, and Brian Shaw in exchange for guess who? Sir Didi Gregorius. Brian and Tony Sipp and Lars Anderson. The Indians also got Drew Stubbs in the deal that sent Shin-Soo Choo
to
and
Texas.
Jason Donald to the Reds.
Oh, to the Reds? Okay.
At that time.
Okay.
At that time.
Okay.
In June of 2016, he had his first hit against Cubs pitcher Jake Arrieta,
who's currently with the Phillies.
Right. In 2015, he was 11-2, had the highest rate of base on balls per 9 innings. Okay. In 2017, he was 17-9 with a 4.19 ERA. In 2018, he's 12-6 with a 2.21 ERA. And then July 31 of 2019, he was traded to the Reds, where he was 5-4 with a 1.73 earned run average.
And then last year he had a 1.73 ERA and was the NL Cy Young Award winner.
In only a 60-game shortened season. Now, apparently, we know he's got a couple of screws loose upstairs, and we know he threw the ball into dead center field. He could have been a quarterback, that guy. But when I was reading a lot of the stuff there, and especially it was another stat that caught my eye, he hasn't won a postseason game. So I feel, did DeGrom get maybe slided? I think so, because DeGrom was 4-2 last year, if I'm not mistaken, and Bauer was 5-4. Just a slight ERA, a little higher, but I believe DeGrom has better stats. And when he signed that deal with the Dodgers, who was going to opt out of a $40 million contract? Who in their right mind would do that?
I understand. Opt out after the second year,
and it's after each year that he signed.
But I understand you could do. I understand a contract to say 3 years, opt out after 2. You're giving him the option to opt out after this season. Who does that? Why would he going to give?
And they might be worried, and rightfully so.
I mean, then you don't need him that bad.
And his average annual value for the contract that he got with the Dodgers is 3 years, $102 million. He's only making $34 million compared to $40. So,
right. And the Mets actually laid out more money. They were going to give him more, but he went to LA not only because he lives there and yada and all that. It's because the way the Dodgers do stuff with their pitching staff. Their pitching staff helps whatever they're doing with their pitchers. Apparently, he's been working. And he likes the way they do things, so he says, okay. And he won't, they'll chew him up and spit him out here in New York. And you've seen that with Randy Johnson coming here. He didn't last that long.
Yeah, but he was older. You know what I'm saying? When he came this way. Now, with him signing.
Okay. That makes that division
okay, now,
scary.
Now, let's play a little game here. Let's play with the three of us here. Let's play a little game.
Okay.
Let's see if you guys agree with what I think you might do for. I'll start off, and then you guys can go next.
Okay.
So with him signing out, I predict Walker Buehler, still the number 1. Okay, he's their ace.
Not Kershaw?
No, I would put
Kershaw 2 and then Bauer 3.
Yeah. Basically, Kershaw 2 or Bauer 2, Kershaw 3. One of those. That's 2 and 3. Okay. Then you also have Jose Urias as your 4, and I think they also want to do Dustin May, maybe their 5th. Because last year he was in the bullpen.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how I would do it. I would do Buehler as the ace, and then I would do either. What I would do is I would split it up. I would do Kershaw 2 with the lefty, Bauer 3, Urias another lefty at the 4, and then you got hard throwing Dustin May as the 5. That's how I would play it. Maybe he could throw up the pitching staff for the Dodgers for us, but that's how I would do it.
I like Trevor Bauer in the middle. I think that's a solid place to put him. I would disagree with you putting Walker Buehler at 1. I think Clayton Kershaw should be the number 1.
Kershaw, he could be number 1, but look at all the issues he had. This is the first time I think in the playoffs he was really settled.
Yeah.
He blew a lot of games coming out of the bullpen. He didn't really pitch that great. Don't get me wrong, he's a great pitcher. He's got that jerky motion like Fernando Valenzuela had when he was a Dodger. How he looked up into the sky and all that other. I want to say hello to Sir Andy Williams, the singer. My buddy Paul Macchia, everybody live, everybody John. Hello, everybody. Robin, how's everybody?
Andy, how's it going, buddy?
Chris Jericho.
I don't know if anybody knows this. I showed you guys, and we are now part of the Pandora family.
Wow.
So talking baseball, we are now on Pandora, Northeast Streaming Sports Network, and we're shown in the UK. So let's wave to our UK family and thank them out there. About Kershaw, the Dodgers are going to be a force to reckon with, and what they're doing now, as in hello, Governor, and we're not sure what is if that wasn't a 60-game season last year, things could have been. What we always say, what if is the two biggest words out there. What if this didn't happen and that happened? And now this year, we're going to go over the rules. Somebody says de-juicing the baseball. I'm not keen on the start the guy at second base.
No.
I hate it.
Get out of here.
It takes
No.
away the longevity
What am I,
of the
playing
game.
stickball in the street in Brooklyn
I
again?
don't
I
like-
mean, come on.
It takes away the longevity of the game and it makes the games less longer, which people don't like. And then they also say they're gonna bring back 7-inning doubleheaders, which I personally don't like either. And
Well, in a way, that's good. In a way, it's good.
It's good.
You don't want to stay there till like 2, 3 in the morning.
I
at the
understand.
stadium.
I understand that.
really,
But don't start the guy on second base still.
No, that I don't want. Now, with the,
what's wrong with 9-inning doubleheaders? I'm just curious.
I love from Mexico. Hey,
Well, what they're doing is they're not doing the split double headers no more. Like how they're doing, let's say, at 1 o'clock and at 7 o'clock. They're doing, say, a doubleheader at 3, then you start right again at 6. So you don't have the day night doubleheader. You just go back to back.
I miss those day night doubleheaders.
I like those.
I miss all the old school.
But that's when
you
they
know,
did it. That's when they did
baseball.
it when they had the 9 innings. With the 7 innings, they're just doing back. You play at 3.
Well, it's also saving your bullpen,
yeah.
which helps. I mean, it's going to be a crazy year. We're starting. Thank you on time. 162 pitches are going to hit for themselves in the NL. Okay, there are pitches that can hit. Don't get me wrong. The new ball. What are they going to do? The ball.
Sal, I actually have a
Less
statistic.
weight.
I have a stat for you about the whole.
Throw that stat out there that you told us in a hole. Go
Okay,
ahead. Hit
so 6.6%. Now, for those of you who don't know, 6.6%, that is the ratio of that is the percentage of the average percentage rate of which someone hits a home run ball, which means every 15 at bats is a home run ball across the league, not per team, across the entire league. That's way too many.
And that's from how long now?
That was in 2019.
Wow.
This past year though, it was 6.5% in
Okay.
a 60-game shortened season, which is a small sample size, but still that's really high.
So baseball blamed the guys for taking steroids, which they told them to do something when they juiced the ball back then, because after the last strike, nobody was coming to the game. So how do you get fans in the seat? Okay, guys, hulk up and start launching the ball into outer space somewhere so we get the fans back. I mean, come on. That's what I think, but that's my opinion. So I think now, and I don't know if you remember talking about this. I'm a big Kiss fan. So when Kiss was in Dubai, what they did now is they wore bracelets, almost like those health watches, to see who you were. Say we all have one in the room here. It'll detect if Christian has it, and it'll appear on our bracelet that we all were in the same vicinity as him. So that's what they did in Dubai with the Kiss concert. All the staff members. So in baseball, they're doing the same thing. They're going to wear a bracelet, the staff and all the ball players, to see who was in contact or where they were at that moment, to tell them where they were and who they were around. They'll check everybody that way
for COVID.
So, which is a good thing because it actually works. So I'm glad for that, and I'm that's going to be the foreseen future for a bit now. I think that's going to be incredible. I think that's a good idea.
I think it's a good idea.
Don't like when we started our show last year, we were like, oh God, the Marlins are going to be. That's it for them. They're going to be booted out of the season because the whole team at one point with the Braves, everybody was falling down at the wayside, and Marlins wound up making the playoffs.
They made the
with the
playoffs.
expanded thing, which isn't this year, which I'm happy about. But now you got to fight, and that NL East and that NL West is going to be a gunfight because the Padres put their chips in. All right, we got Snell and Darvish. What do you got? And here comes Bauer. The Dodgers went, okay, now we anteed up. So now what do you got? So Jake Arrieta is still out there. And the Mets haven't done anything in a while, so they just picked up 2 guys.
Villar
and Amari Jr. from the Cubs.
Yep.
So They need another pitcher. If you get Arrieta, you get him on a 1-year deal.
They lost out on Trevor Bauer, so you might as well just try.
You know what? The Mets didn't need him. They didn't need to waste that money. Uncle Stevie did the right thing by not signing him. Put it elsewhere. Go get yourself an outfielder, even if it's not Jackie Bradley Jr., which I would go after. You got Villar as a great utility guy. Don't get me wrong; he's good.
Before we continue, I'd like to throw a shout out to one of our friends of the show, GM for the Thunder, Jeff Hurley.
Hey, Jeff!
Can't wait to see what's the MLB draft league is going to be in a couple months when we go down there.
It's May 24th. It starts, if I'm not mistaken. If I saw that correctly on the page,
it's going to be the 24th.
I think it said May 24th.
Okay, yes. Can't wait to go back to Waterfront Park.
We got to get Jeff back on the show.
Can't wait to go back to Waterfront Park and see what the prospect league is going to be with the prospects for the incoming draftees. That's going to be interesting. So I can't wait to go back to the stadium. I've been driving by there, and they did some renovations on the field. So
yes, just like if you notice, the Somerset Patriots now are going to be the Yankee affiliate. They're doing a lot of major overhauls to that stadium, and if you look online, they got it out under the seats there, the batting cages, and you got to do, I guess, whatever the rules are, and you got to be up to par with this and that. So it should be interesting. I'm looking forward to both, actually, and I can't wait to hear the umpires say play ball.
Yeah.
And next week is the 17th, because Matt had next week's the 10th. I was thinking when the spring training show was going to be next week, the 17th. We'll have our spring training special. Carl won't be here, but we will take you abroad the MLB and do our spring training special. We'll do our Yankee Mets outlook, the Phillies, the divisions, and hopefully next week we could get a phone number so people could call in. So
John Gonzalez says the Mets needed George Springer.
Yeah, they did. They definitely needed.
I was surprised that he went with Toronto. Originally, I wasn't expecting that.
That team's going to be good this year.
They are going to be good.
Yeah, I told you they're going to be a thorn in the Yankee side this year, and the Yankees open up against them.
I think Tampa's going to fall back, so it's going to be Yankees and Blue Jays.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't think Tampa, Baltimore, and Boston.
Tampa got absolutely lucky from the 60-game season. They got absolutely lucky, and now no more expanded playoffs. So now the chips are all in. They're going to have the 162-game season as of now, because originally they were supposed to have the 154-game season plan where you were supposed to get fully paid. But they turned that away, which is good because it's only 8 games. I mean, come on.
That's true. I mean, don't forget, back in the day before we were even thought our parents back then was 154 games, and there weren't as many teams then as there is now. So we're looking for our, two more, right?
2 more.
We need 2 more teams, you said, to even it out if we scrape the interleague?
Right now we have 30.
So we need 2 more, right?
Yes.
So is that what they're gunning for, 2 more?
I heard that there's a team called the Nashville Stars that Justin Timberlake is supposed to own. That's going to come into fruition.
I heard Tennessee is a big contender. I was seeing some sketches of the ball field they want to build out in Tennessee, which would be pretty badass.
Okay, I got a trivia since I'm back. I was off last week because of the weather, snow. I tell you, snow. I got.
I don't want to hear that word no more. My back is still killing me. My legs. Helping Carlo, get a couple of driveways and crosswalks and sidewalks and whatever else was walking.
All right, so this is going to be for the end of the night.
Where's my phone?
The end of the night, so the end of the show. So you have until 8 o'clock. So you have 40 more minutes. The trivia question is, who was the first MLB night game between which 2 teams?
Oh, good one.
That's a good one.
I already know the answer, so...
Let's see, what did Paulie say? No, there's no more affiliate in Staten Island. That team is gone. They kept the Cyclones, though. The Cyclones are going to be a full season of I guess, single A in Brooklyn. That's like instead of 20-something games, there's like 76 now or whatever it is. So that's a good thing. But there's no more baseball team in Staten Island, unfortunately, and they spent all that. And it's funny, they drew more people when they were at the college of Staten Island than they did down where the ferry was because, the surroundings.
So no see baseball.
No baseball in Staten Island.
No Staten Island baseball, and that's unfortunate because I remember going to Staten Island Yankee games when I was a little kid. It's unfortunate.
I worked. Well, the company I worked for, who did security, we did the Garden, Shea and City Field, and the Cyclones and the Staten Island Yankees. I had a lot of fun, especially in Brooklyn. We had the Def Leppard Brian Adam concert there, and Andrew Dice Clay was there, and
they had the fireworks every game.
Yeah, wrestling at TNA was there a couple of times. The fans wanted Vince to go there, but you wouldn't get the WWE in that stadium down there. The traffic would have been a total nightmare. It's crazy. So no, the Staten Island Pizza Rats. I don't think there's any baseball in Staten Island. I don't believe so.
Yeah, I think
they're not even part of the draft league. So the Trenton Thunder is part of that. Whatever happened, what happened was it was seems like the Thunder and who suffered from losing out. MLB says no, we'll pick them up. We'll pick them up and we'll do this draft league, which is good because now we could see all these guys who are up and coming now, which should be. It's going to be wild. Oh, yes. So the New York sports venues are opening at 10%.
Yep.
So it's 10%, whatever 20,000 is. So you're really
2,000. Like I said on the way up, 2,000.
You're going to get people from the 4 train just waving as they're going by the right center field wall.
2,000.
That also means, in the case of Andrew Cuomo, because I remember he pulled this off during the NFL playoffs. If you have a stadium of 67,000 people, then only 6,700 can come in. So that means if the Yankees,
so basically, Yankee Stadium holds what, over 40?
40,
over 40,000. So 4,000 fans can come in.
So dumb.
It's better than nothing.
And I bet you it's going to be spread out too.
It probably will be.
54,000. So what's 54,000? Yeah, it's about
5,400.
5,400
people.
All right. What's 10% going to do?
I don't know.
You made the restaurants 25.
Oh yeah, that's on Friday.
Does that make sense?
Well, 25 what? In New York?
Yeah.
25% in New York.
25%.
In New York?
Yeah. We're 35% out here. Pennsylvania's 50 and Delaware is 60.
And New Jersey's 35.
I guess the further you go out, the higher it gets.
And then classy New Jersey's at 35%.
Yes.
So I'd like to know what Wolf is going to do for the Phillies. I'd like to know what
for the Phillies and the Pittsburgh Pirates.
I'd like to know what they're going to do for them.
Nobody goes to the Pirate games. Do they have a team anymore? Is there anybody on that team?
That team has gone to irrelevancy.
Jeez.
We were there.
That's good.
We were there. We would.
You don't have to wait in line to go to the bathroom.
We were there in Pittsburgh a year ago in 2 weeks.
Yeah, we met Sean Casey.
Yes,
right.
when we had the bash, the Miracle League bash.
I missed that.
Yeah, that was a fun night.
Missed those guys.
That was a good weekend.
I'm deep in left center again. Cheetah's home run. Right here, 3,000.
Man, I tell you, this Yankee background, man, I tell you.
You know what? I asked the guy, Jamie, he's on the Northeast Streaming Sports. He's got a great show, the Philly guy. Both of you are Philly fans. So I said to him during one of our Zoom meetings, I says, we'll come out there and do a show in Philly. We'll combine our shows and have a great show together. He's down with it. And we should do it.
Yes, I'm definitely, yeah.
That sounds really cool.
Go out to Philly and
4 for 4.
We're doing the road show this year. We're gonna go back on the road. We did how many shows last year? 2.
We did Brooklyn.
We did Brooklyn. The first one was in South Hills with Sean Casey.
Yes.
Then we were on fire. We had meetings with the Meadowlands racetrack. We were going to do
first in December we did. We were at Killarney's.
Yes, we got to go back to Carney's again.
We were at Clarny's. Then we were. At,
I want to get them. I want to get over there. I want to commish Dan Schweck. How are you, Dano? And the voice, Mr. Andy. We got to get a show. I want to talk to Jeff Hurley. I'll go to the stadium, see if Mink can help out. We'll go to the ballpark there and do a nice setup. Talk about the draft league if Jeff is willing to do so.
Yeah. So I also have some veering off baseball right now. There. So any Philadelphia Eagle fans out there, Carson Wentz may be getting traded to either Indianapolis, most likely to Frank Reich, or maybe Chicago. But I think he'll probably reunite with Frank Reich in Indianapolis.
I'm with you there.
I think they're going to because since Philip Rivers retired, they have nobody besides Jacoby Brissett. So yeah, I think it's going to be Wentz to Indianapolis.
And baseball unfortunately lost somebody else.
Pedro Gomez.
Pedro Gomez, yes.
Yes.
Very tragic.
Very young age at 58. Scares me. I'm 54. So, well, did they say what it was from?
No,
nobody said anything.
They just said he passed away and they died unexpectedly. I'm telling you right now, Pedro Gomez. When I was young, and I used to watch baseball games when I was young, I used to tune into ESPN. Pedro Gomez would always have the insight.
Yes.
He was always with baseball personalities. He was in the booth sometimes calling games, and players and his colleagues alike at ESPN. They used to say, "There's no one like Pedro Gomez. Probably one of the nicest guys you'll ever see."
He was always with. He was always on the West Coast, like dealing with the Giants or even with football, like with the Raiders, and he was always.
You know what's funny? On Facebook, it's a WPIX11 retro page. Somebody puts on a clip from, not a clip, but it's an entire show, the George Michael Sports Machine, which used to be on NBC. I'm showing my age now, guys. At midnight. Yes. So after the Tonight Show or whatever it was on Sunday nights after the news, George Michael Sports Machine would be on. And that was the only way then we would be able to see anything from the out-of-town scoreboard.
Yes. Yeah. Also, before we continue, I have another another condolence out to the Schottenheimer family.
Yes.
For the loss of Marty Schottenheimer.
At age 77 years old. He was battling Alzheimer's since 2014.
That's another horrible thing to get.
And I am John Gonzalez.
Said heart attack. Wow.
Yeah, John Gonzalez said Pedro Gomez died of a heart attack.
Okay.
Very, very well dressed, well spoken man. In English and in Spanish, the way I don't understand Spanish.
So before
the way he spoke was just
before Marty Schottenheimer got into coaching, he actually played in the AFL.
Yeah, he was a linebacker.
Yes, he was in AFL, so he won the AFL championship. Then he started coaching, I think, in 1975
with the I think it was I'm trying to think, this United States Football League. No, not the USFL specifically, but it was like some type of continental.
I remember that league, the USF, the Jersey Generals.
Oh yeah,
Herschel Walker.
Yeah, and then
I went to a game at the Giants Stadium with one of those.
Then he was the Giants defensive coordinator in 1977.
Right.
And then he started his coaching career from 1984 all the way to 2006. We started with Cleveland. So Cleveland, he got two raw deals because the drive Elway, he was up by 7, and it wasn't his fault. The other one was when Ernest Byner was about to score a touchdown, he fumbled into the end zone when they were about to tie the game in fourth quarter and go to overtime. So that game, he was a nice guy. He won 205 games. He had a .616 winning percentage.
Yeah, and you look at his coaching tree. 4 of the guys who came on there are Super Bowl champions.
I'm laughing. My sister just texted me.
What'd she say?
Says your father and her are coming next week.
Yep, that's it.
That's boy, it's all over. It's all over. My sister. It's all over. My sister's coming. Everybody run for cover.
That's going to be a trip. Also,
I love them both. Thank you. They're great. Your dad's a great man.
Oh yeah, he is. Shout out to Leslie.
Speaking of which, you got to hijack that Pac-Man game so you get a high score.
Oh my god. my dad's at 110,000 plus on Pac-Man. He grew up playing Pac-Man when he was little.
And it's funny that Leslie doesn't have a good score because our Uncle Larry, we used to have the tabletop version in our home. In our home in Brooklyn on West State Street, we had the tabletop version in the house. And we used to play every night. It was how does she don't have a high score by now? I don't know.
That's crazy.
They're all nuts.
Yeah, Pedro Gomez was born in Miami. He was a great guy. Yes, indeed, he was.
Oh man. Oh boy, that you need a laugh. You need a laugh nowadays. What's been going on?
Yeah, exactly.
What the Corona like? Take a vacation? I haven't heard nothing lately on it.
Don't.
Did it go somewhere?
Knocking on wood here.
Did it go somewhere? I haven't heard nothing.
No,
lately.
we've been.
You know what?
We've been
the hell with it. Freak that thing.
We've been getting blasted with snow. We've been talking about snow.
Yeah, it's afraid of the snow. It's afraid of Mother Nature, I guess. But let me tell you something. Well, we'll go off the subject a little bit. Anybody watch WandaVision?
No.
I know you.
No.
Let me tell you something. Friday, when I saw that at the end, I jumped off my chair and screamed. I said, "Finally, they got something right." And I know what that means. It comes the X-Men, baby.
I don't get the show. I don't understand it.
Freaking X-Men.
I don't understand it.
You want my Disney Plus account?
No, I don't understand the show.
I haven't.
Okay, you watch the Avengers? You know who the Avengers are? The movies?
Yeah, I saw it. I know Avengers.
I know the
So what's the
Avengers very
point?
We'll strip down Yankee Stadium.
So
It's all behind you.
So I don't get it. So you have
Okay.
a normal.
What happened was...
Yeah, no, I'm saying you have a normal girl, and then you have a guy who looks like what the heck
hold
is
on
this?
a minute. You got
it.
at the remember the end of Endgame? Endgame, it's all over.
Uh-huh.
And Vision's supposed to be...
I didn't watch Endgame.
Okay.
So I don't know what you're talking
Vision's supposed to be dead. Okay? And if you ever watched the fight during her and Thanos when she came down when she was all red and pissed off, and he's like, who the hell are you? Oh, I don't know you. Yeah, you will in a second, son of a... I'm not going to curse his family show. So now he knows who she is, and he took something precious from her, which was Vision, the guy she loved. So in the show, he's there, but he's not there. You get it? It's all in her mind. And when she came out with all these people, with Darcy being there and the other guy from Ant-Man, the FBI guy, and I'm going through the whole show here.
I don't watch the show.
So the hell am I doing?
I don't know.
I can watch all those movies and not fall asleep, believe me. And it's like she told these people he was taken from you before, never again. So it's all in her mind. It's all and apparently Doctor Strange will be here shortly.
So on the way over here, Did
I get that all right? Am I like up to date on that?
I'm
pretty much on the loop there.
Yeah.
So on the way, so on the way, we were talking.
Some baseball show. What happened? We just went into the entertainment field.
Yeah, so we were talking on the way up.
On the way up.
So in a couple weeks, we don't know when, but we're gonna have one night. We're gonna have a match game show. Yeah. So if everybody knows our at the other months ago,
we're gonna play match game again.
Yeah, we're gonna.
Oh, I know what I'm gonna do. Hold on.
Okay. Bring me up to speed about this match game.
So
you ever watch that show with Gene Rayburn?
He's too young. He don't know. His dad knows.
You can pull that up for us.
What do you want to look?
Match game
with Gene Rayburn.
Yeah, please bring me up to speed because I'm probably too
by
young
the way,
to understand.
By the way, Amy's still waiting for her gift card.
I didn't forget. Amy.
Yes.
Match game with who?
Gene Rayburn.
Just put on match game. You'll see it. It's a game show from back in the day.
Okay.
Yeah. So a couple months ago, we were doing a match game. So Gene, yeah. So Sal had say
that's match game right there.
So he'll have like tool blank. So you have to match like say tool time or tool belt. So whoever matched
can they see
stars
that at home
would win. Say you have 6 stars.
Okay.
So whoever matches the most would win the round and play to win like $5,000.
No, we ain't got $5,000, but that
yeah.
We're gonna play match game, and in this, when we do,
I'm just waiting for this ad to finish.
Yeah.
YouTube's money hungry.
and that's match game right there.
He was on MASH, Gary Murtaugh.
Charles Nelson Riley.
Brett Summers, who was the
There's Richard right there. His Family Feud and Betty White.
Now, who's the other guy? Oh, Brett Summers. If nobody knows, is the she was married to
Jack Klugman.
Jack Klugman of the Odd Couple.
Yeah.
They were husband and wife. They used to sit next to each other on the top tier when they were married. When they got divorced.
Oh, wait a minute. They revived this on ABC.
Yes, with what's his
Alec
name?
Baldwin.
With Alec
Yeah, with
Baldwin.
Alec Baldwin. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was it. Okay.
So when Jack Klugman and her got divorced, he used to sit in the lower tier when Richard Dawson left. And that was funny.
Yeah, so
We're going to do something like this.
They
And
revived
the winner,
this.
the
Okay.
winner this time
Yeah.
is going to get this. Maybe we should donate it. I know. This I should donate. We should make a bid on this. I won this at a raffle at the Trenton Thunder Stadium with the Miracle League. I put in a raffle ticket, and here it is, right there.
Is it the Bucky Bleeping Dent baseball?
No, it's not the Bucky Bleeping Den base. Oh, you remember that?
I remember that. It was up for auction.
I won a signed Louis Severino ball.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yes.
And hopefully Louis comes back because the Yankees are going to desperately. That's how Charles Lasarelli said. And there's a Louis Severino ball in here. Now, we could make some bids on this. And where could we donate the money? How about Miracle League?
I think they'd appreciate
Yeah, okay,
that.
Miracle
They'd
League of Mercer
appreciate
County.
that.
Okay, we could do that.
They'd appreciate
I'm
that.
gonna. So next week, starting spring training on the 17th, as we go along, here's the ball. It's in a bag, so it doesn't get ruined. Because my Lee Mazzilli ball that I had him sign is turned a little yellow for some reason. I don't know why. I can barely see his autograph, but it's there. And I got a Sparky Lyle ball home too, signed on a Somerset Patriot ball.
Paul Macchia is putting up $50 auction. For
Hey,
the
hold
Louis
on to
Severino
that
baseball.
thought, Paulie baby. I want to acknowledge Paulie. Paulie and I worked in New York Sanitation Department in Staten Island. We went to Lafayette High School together. We know everybody from Lafayette. We got to try to get some well-known ball players from Lafayette on this show. And Paul, I think if you saw it on my page, there was an article about Benny DiStefano, who played in Lafayette. He was a left-handed catcher. Benny was a left-handed catcher. And there was an article about him on the MLB page on their app, and I posted it to our page. He was a left-handed catcher. His playing career didn't last too long, but here's the ball, Louis Sevy. Hopefully he comes back, so we'll shake, rattle, and roll on that ball next week.
Hopefully he does come back soon. He hasn't been playing the last 2 years.
What do we have? Jordan Montgomery still, right?
Jordan Montgomery's still there, but I'm not really satisfied on
He's
Jordan.
not a bad left-handed starter.
I'm not really satisfied.
He
on
was
the guy.
injured, right? He was
yeah,
another guy injured. and came
Game
back?
is part of the year due to injury.
Look at all these kids. I call them kids. I mean, I'm old. How old are you now, Matt?
I'm 23 years old.
Okay. Look how many guys your age in a couple of years after you are getting Tommy John surgery.
Yep.
It's because they're not allowing these guys to throw a baseball. They're throwing, all right, you're out in the 4th inning, you're out in the 5th inning. And we know in spring training it's only an inning the big guys go. But you got to stop with the pitch count. You got to stop. It's got to end.
So we just had
It's got to end.
about 10 plus minutes ago, John tweeted out on Facebook, said, signing Realmuto and Didi, say the Phillies, they will be better than the Mets, John says.
Yeah, Benny did play for the Pirates in the 80s. Yes, he did. Left-handed catcher. I believe Paulie knows him.
Pretty sure he does. Yep, he does.
We got to try to get him on, Paulie. See if you can get in touch with him.
Oh, another. Sal, I have a little bit of a surprise for you.
Uh-oh.
So-
What happened?
So when my family was in, so when Big D was in Florida,
Oh, the Big D. You call him the Big D?
I call him Big D. Yeah, that's Sirius Sports nickname. Which, by the way, you can tune into Sirius Sports every Tuesday at 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. every Tuesday on Facebook at Sirius Sports.
You guys do a great job, by the way.
Thank you very much.
I like that. Who is your friend there?
My cousin Ryan Merritt Jr.
Oh, that's your cousin.
Yep.
Is he good with baseball?
He's pretty good with baseball. Yeah.
Why don't you bring him up?
I'd bring him up. I'd probably bring him in the studio.
How about next week? You bring him in. You guys fill in for Cole, because since Cole won't be here.
I'll talk to
Yeah.
Ryan about that and see if I can make
Sure.
that happen.
Make it happen.
But anyway,
We got to keep it in the family.
so Big D went to Florida. Not only did he see Paul O'Neill, which I didn't tell Carl about that story. So Big D got to see Paul O'Neill. He put me on FaceTime with him, got to talk to the guy for 15 seconds. Great guy. But then later in his vacation, he meets Wilson Ramos of the Mets.
Who?
Yep.
Your father?
Big D, yeah.
Oh, you can't be keeping these secrets, Neither can your father. You got to straighten that boy out.
What can I say? I wanted to tell you. Maybe we can get Wilson on the show.
Where were they in Florida?
I'm trying to think what part of Florida. Fort Lauderdale? Yeah, Fort Lauderdale.
Yeah, a lot of the guys. Yeah, the Mets. So the Mets are in
Port St. Lucie.
Port St. Lucie, and the Yankees are in Tampa. So it's about. I guess they all meet in the middle or something.
Yep.
They all meet in the middle. That's great. Wilson, he's still with the Mets, or the Mets let him go?
He's still there.
He's still there.
Wilson Ramos.
Oh, he's in Detroit now. Ah, I did not know that.
Thank you, John Gonzalez.
John, we want John on the show. John, the Sports Authorities. John's got a great group of people on his page. He's got some well-known people on his page as well. And like I said, guys, you never know who watches, because I didn't know we were being watched. And now look where we are with the Northeast Streaming Sports Network, part of Pandora now. And we're waiting. We're waiting on the Sirius XM answer. We're waiting for that home run. We're just hopefully, we get the thumbs up for that and Spotify, and we'll be running around the bases when we come. Da-da-da. Yeah, next week we got I know that on that board you can hook a phone up to it and everything.
Yes.
And I might have to go get a number for us so the people can call in.
Yeah, that
Maybe in 2 weeks when I'm back, maybe they could call.
Would anybody call in if we actually had a phone number?
Yeah, that's a good idea. I'm curious because
We want to take callers. I saw that's what I watch Boomer and Geo every day on CBS Sports Network, and they got that big thing there when they press the button, that switchboard call,
Right,
whatever it is,
right.
that computer, that takes a lot of money. Woo! So we can hook up the phone to this, because
What phone number? We gotta get a phone
when
number.
it's funny, when I saw all the Zoom stuff in the beginning, this is when I didn't know Ming yet. I said, and Carlo did one of his shows in Asbury Park where he had the other place. So Carlo did one of his shows there. I'm looking at the guy and go, I said, you're the guy in the Zoom videos, aren't you? And then here we are. Look at that, great products. For you podcasters who are looking to start up, the mics, the headphones, everything, the boards. You go on Zoom.com, right?
Yeah, Zoom.com.
Zoom.com. You get all your podcast stuff. You get
that's
this
why
little
they sent
you see
it.
this gadget right here? This gadget right here, you hook up microphones and it can record any. Say if we go do a road show, if we go like the spring training, go Yankee Stadium and grab a player, you just take that with you. You don't need nothing big, and you can hit and it records your whole interview. Am
Wow.
I correct on that one?
Pretty much.
Pretty much. You see, technology today. See, you don't need those little walkie-talkies. They get in the guy's face. Ah!
So when does the games actually start? Next Saturday or Sunday?
What happened?
The games next Saturday or Sunday?
Pitching is it's on the. Hold on.
Pitchers and catchers.
Hold on. Let me pull it up.
Catchers are next week.
Hold on. Let me pull it
That
up on my page.
okay? John Gonzalez is on a roll here. That's why they signed James McCann in the first place.
McCann can't. Oh, they can't use that home run call.
Nope, they can't.
That's a John Sterling call. Oh, McCann can.
Back when Brian McCann was part of the Yankees.
Is he still playing with the Stros?
No,
I know he went to the
he's
Braves.
retired. Brian McCann's been retired.
Oh, he
All right,
retired.
so
after that?
Sal, your buddy Paul said that Johnny Franco came down to your own high school and a few years ago and pitched a couple innings at the alumni game.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, it's right there on
Johnny used to watch. Now, I can't think of the name of the fields behind the Marlboro Projects there on West State Street. If you go past 86th Street, it's where the trains for Coney Island would go, and we would play Little League ball there. And Johnny used to come down to the fields behind
No clue.
the Marlboro Projects there. Paulie knows what I'm talking about. Paulie was at L&B the other night. Not Brooklyn Square.
All right, so when does the game start?
Okay, here we go. Pitchers and catchers, full squad. The Orioles, Wednesday the 17th, and the full squad is the 22nd.
All right, so when does the game start?
The Red Sox are the 18th, 22nd. Yankees are the 17th, February 22nd, 's full squad. Where is your team?
The Phils.
22nd.
The same thing as the Yankees. A lot of the teams start either the 18th, the 17th, 18th, and 19th.
So
and
I'm
then
probably thinking
full is the 22nd. So
maybe
you figure.
the game start on the Saturday before
So after the full squads come down, you figure that.
maybe another like 5 days later.
You figure
Probably
22nd. 20th. Yeah, that week, maybe Friday the 26th.
It would basically be the Monday after next week.
So it would be March 1st.
No, February
No,
22nd.
Oh yeah.
I'm talking February 22nd.
The full squads come down the 22nd or 23rd.
the game's probably that Saturday or Sunday.
I would know. I would say the 24th. I guess they would slide right in to preseason.
I don't know. We'll see. Let me see here.
God forbid if somebody sneezes the wrong way and then that's it.
Let me see on here.
What if a bird craps on their head or a seagull? Is that considered dangerous?
All right, still have 10 minutes left for the answer here. 10 minutes left.
The first night game in MLB history.
The first ever night game in MLB history, folks. Who is it? Well, who was it?
When was it?
Let's go.
Who was it?
Let's go.
10 minutes left in the show. Now, I want to get on the topic of baseball here. Carl, I know you weren't here for this, but the idea of no one getting into the Baseball Hall of Fame is just hurting the sport's popularity. I know we talked about this before, but Kurt Schilling has one more chance to get in. He fell short by 16 votes. Do you think he gets in?
If the witches happen, I don't know.
He may. I don't know. If he's going to be on a ballot next year. He said he wants to take his name off the ballot, but he got the votes this year. So I don't think, me personally, I think he'll probably get in next year as his final year.
Now, the rumor going around circulating was they didn't want anybody in this year because of Larry Walker and Jeter, because they still have to do that ceremony. So did they not want to have that along with Jeter and him? I don't know.
Well, the magnitude of those two guys is a lot. Like, it's a high magnitude. Obviously, with Jeter.
Yeah, because before the pandemic hit, they were already selling out in hotels. They were now the largest attendance they had at the Hall of Fame was 55,000. They were expecting a lot more than that because of Jeter. And it would have been all Yankee fans from all over the place with that one. So
Larry Walker probably would have been a little bit of a draw too.
Okay, guys. So the spring training games start on the 27th of February. That's Saturday.
I said 26th.
Yeah. So yeah, they start on it. There's another sign. So Nelson Cruz signed with the Twins.
Yep.
Who?
Nelson Cruz.
Oh, he went back. Well, there was nowhere to go because the NL didn't say okay for the DH, or these guys would have been in an NL team somewhere.
So he got another 1 year, $13 million. I think he got.
Simple 1 year
How
contract.
old is he now?
40.
Wow.
And he's going to gun for 500 home runs.
First ballot Hall of Famer?
Who, him?
Yep.
Was he always a DH, or did he play a position as well?
He played.
Wasn't he an outfielder?
He played in the outfield.
He played in the outfield, yeah.
With Texas, he was a right fielder.
I don't think he's going to be first ballot. I think he's going to take him a couple of years to get in.
Well, Cincinnati versus Philly, John said, was he right?
Yes, it was. What was the year and the score? You got that? What's the score and the year?
Paulie got it. 1935, Reds beat the Phils.
Yes, he did. Yes. Okay.
They're looking it up.
I bet they are.
I bet you're looking it up. That's the cheap way of doing it.
What was the score?
Now, John, they're good. Those two.
Yeah, they've been all over the place tonight.
Paulie, you got to see Paulie's Yankee Man Cave, man. It's sweet, sweet.
Oh,
Ooh.
look at that, Paulie.
Yes, yep.
Sanitation guys, no. We pick up.
I don't know. Could have been. That's fine. We didn't say
it's all
nothing.
right, it's all
Yeah,
right.
it's
It
all
don't
right.
matter.
We didn't say no.
It's good. It's good. It's
we didn't
good.
give no answer. We didn't say no.
Hey, Dorian.
Dreaming.
Yeah, it's you know.
Yeah.
2-1. Yeah, Johnny boy. Someone beat you to the punch.
Everybody, I left it all the time. Remember when they first put the lights on Wrigley,
Yes.
and Wrigley only had the day games? A lot of
Yes.
people didn't like that. What about that team? What happened there?
What do you mean?
The Cubs.
Cubs.
Yeah,
I don't understand who just went there and signed. Peterson, right?
Oh, yeah, Jock Peterson.
John
yeah.
Peterson.
Jock
They're
Peterson.
like, why did you go to that team if they're getting rid of everybody? Well, I don't know.
It really makes no sense. The Cubs are trying to tear apart and rebuild again. That's what they're trying to do.
No, what's his name is gone because he got a job with the MLB now.
Who's that?
The guy who was the GM, the president.
Epstein.
Epstein is gone. He left too. He
Yeah,
took a job.
Schwarber's gone. He went to the Nats. Yeah, the only person who's there is Rizzo and
Chris Bryant.
Bryant for 1 year.
Chris Bryant, but that's not going to last long, is it?
No.
No, he's
So-
gonna. Those two guys are gone. When's the trade deadline?
July, yeah.
They're gone.
Yeah.
One of them is coming to one of the New York teams, without a doubt.
Yeah, but that's going to be a lot of pressure going to a New York market.
I don't
That's
think
probably
so.
why Trevor Bauer didn't want to go. Didn't want to go to the Mets. in the first
Trevor
place.
Bauer would have been chewed up and spit out here in New York when his attitude.
I won't be surprised. I don't want to. I won't be.
Bryant is going to the Mets, probably.
Mets. I don't think so.
Well, the Mets were talking about getting rid of Davis, so I don't know.
The Mets have a chance to actually do something this year. Now they got Francisco Lindor. They spent,
Ozuna went back to the Braves.
yeah, Ozuna went back to the Braves.
That was a good move.
Chris Davis got traded to Texas for Elvis Andrews,
Yeah, what the heck was that with those two teams?
and Simeon's with the Blue Jays.
Oh, that's
The
gonna be. That's
Blue
gonna
Jays
be
are deadly. They are
Yeah,
deadly.
but they don't have pitching.
They might not have pitching, but they got really good hitting with now.
Yeah, but you need pitching. Pitching, but you could have the best 9 hitters. Look at the Yankees last year. Look.
Besides Garrett Cole, there was no other good pitching.
Look, and those guys were hitting rockets in the beginning of the year.
Haps with the Twins. Haps signed with the Twins.
He could have him. They could have
they
him.
can have him. We don't want him.
They
But,
could have him.
Anyway, now Paxton's still a free agent, right? James Paxton.
Yeah, he's.
No, we don't want him either. let
Jake
him go.
McGee is with the Giants. He's signed with the Giants.
Mr. McGee, don't make me angry. You wouldn't like me when I'm angry.
Masahiro Tanaka went back to Japan.
Yep. It could be Tuesday Tanaka in
I
Japan.
watched all those shows when I was a
It
kid.
could be Tuesday Tanaka in Japan.
You know what's funny? You know what was on a couple of weeks ago? The 1966 Batman movie
Oh, boy.
when Lee Merriweather was Catwoman.
Yeah, when they're going to the dock, right?
Yeah, that you could see all the
Shark repellent.
Yeah.
bat spray.
I saw that movie. Yep.
You could see all the mistakes. Could you imagine if that movie was done now? How better that would be.
Yeah,
Even the old with the Incredible Hulk when Thor was in it.
yeah, you had all of them there. You had the Joker, Catwoman, the
That's
Penguin,
the one
and the
thing I
Riddler.
can't find is the Death and Incredible Hulk.
It's on YouTube.
It's on YouTube.
The whole movie, I believe.
Yeah, it is, but I can't find that on like a Prime, Amazon Prime, or anything else. You can't.
Because the rights are everywhere.
That's why Marvel was having a problem so long with Spider-Man. Now they buy Fox or something like that, right? So basically, after what happened Friday, you know what we're in for. I'm definitely going to see Wolverine at some point. As he turned around in that movie and told those guys to go screw themselves. But I'm not going to say what he actually said, but that was like the funniest part in the whole movie. having a cigar and a drink. He's like,
Yep, that's what it is.
oh,
yeah.
there you go.
Had them all. The Penguin, the Riddler.
No, that was she with the original Catwoman Lee Merriweather, right? Not Julie Newmar.
This is technically the first comic book movie,
Right.
Ever.
Yeah.
This is, if not like the first, because before this were like.
And it's the UN building in Manhattan. So
And then the franchise, and then the studio that decided.
now
to
that
take,
was on before the show started, or was
Before.
so Lee Merriweather technically was the original
I was-
Catwoman.
I was not a fan of Batman 66. I've seen it before, and it's.
I was just watching it.
Oh, after.
I was after.
Yeah, 2 months after the last episode of the first season,
Oh, so then she wasn't the original Catwoman.
with the exception played by Julie Newmar.
Julie was. Why didn't they get her? Why wasn't she in the movie?
This woman was probably a bigger star at the time.
That's right. She was.
I like the Green Hornet a little bit more.
Same announcer.
It's all the same people, but I love
It's all the same. Yeah, that was the best Batman episode when they did that. I'm even breaking stuff here. When they did the crossover with Bruce Lee. Bruce Lee was laying out Burt Ward, or whoever the guy was that was playing Robin. You're beating her. Are we getting that Batgirl movie? Somebody said we're getting a Batgirl movie.
Batgirl movie.
I don't know.
I don't know.
We're going off the script now. You know, guys, it's 2 minutes to midnight, but not really. I love that Iron Maiden song. Carl, you know what to do.
All right, so we want to thank Ming for having us back here tonight, and also Chris to fill in and give us the stats that we need
Thank you,
on the
Chris.
radio, and also Matt to come in also, since now he's like 5 minutes away. He can walk here.
That's what he told me. He said he could jog. I don't know.
Yeah.
I could run here if I wanted to.
But, you know.
All right, so unfortunately, I won't be here next week because of Ash Wednesday. So I'm going to be going to church and with the family.
Is it really going to be Ash Wednesday next week?
Next Wednesday? Yeah.
Oh my
So,
God, where
yeah.
did time go?
Yeah. So I'll be back in 2 weeks.
You can sneeze and February's
Yeah.
over.
So
We only got 12 more. What's today? The 10th? 19 days.
Yeah. So I'll be back in 2 weeks with the same here, same place, same time. And until then, next week, these boys got it down pat to get you ready for spring training predictions and all that good fun stuff. All right. So
Okay, Matt, tell them once again what's your show and what time you run.
Sirianni Says Sports every Tuesday at 8 p.m. Sirianni Says Sports Facebook page. No slang involved. 8 p.m. every Tuesday. Myself and Ryan Barrington Jr. We got you covered. And by the way, go RU as they take on the Iowa Hawkeyes tonight in Carver Arena.
I know. What happened to my Devils? I don't know what's going on.
quarantine. They got hit. They got COVID.
Stopped. It's on the ice. Ladies and gentlemen, as always, thank you so much for tuning in. Pandora, my family, my friends, my fans, everybody out there in the UK. We had somebody watching from Mexico. And as always, New Jersey, guess what? Stay classy. Good night.
You're listening to Talking Baseball with Sal Angioletti on Northeast Streaming Sports.